Welcome to this tutorial about NX and assemblies. To begin, go to New, Assembly, and make sure you put your file where you want it. Then you'll pop up with this Add Component box. You want to open a new one, and here is where we have a bunch of different parts to the wrong thing. Here we go. On the desktop, I got all of the parts I'm going to use. I'm going to use the casing as the base. Hit apply or OK. Click the origin locations. And the bottom face. Okay, it'll line it up for you. And now we're going to want a new part. So open again. And we're going to want this piece, the brass. And we're going to apply, so it puts it in. Now we get to choose where we're going to put this object. And to start, we're going to want to use the infer center axis. We're going to infer that this and that are together, and then we're going to want to line it up with the surface to the surface. When we're done, we hit OK, and it puts it in where we want it. Now we're going to want to add another component. We're going to want to add the top bracket. Hit OK, then OK or apply. And here we're going to want to use just a preferred touch, but we do have a bunch of other options here that you can use in different situations, like coincident, distances, parallels, center points, which are helpful to center something on a part or location. But we're going to just use this one and mainly the infer center axis. So we could do this several ways. We can line up face to face, or we can line up the holes, which is what we're going to want to do here. And do that on both sides. And then we rotate this up, change it back to preferred touch, click on the top and the bottom, and OK, it'll drop it in perfectly for us. Now that we have these in here, we're going to want to put in the bolts. You can see that the window went away. We can bring it back up right here, add a component, or we can add and change constraints right here for the assembly. On our tabs over here, we can use the navigation assembly, or here's our constraints. You can see all the different touches we have that's constraining it together. Pretty helpful. Add a new component, put in the bolt, apply it. Now we're going to want to put the bolt in, so we're going to zoom in. Infer center. Then we're going to do touch, surface to surface, and then edge to edge. Hit OK. And it puts it in. Now we're going to repeat the same process. Bring in another bolt and put it in the same way. Oh, that didn't work. We have to delete that one because that was not center to center. Now we can change it. You can see the red is, there's some interference somewhere. It's not liking one of the constraints. You can go through and figure that out if you want. Now we're going to put in the regular nut on top. Hit OK. Center to center. And then top to bottom. Drops it in. do that again for each of the 3 remaining nuts. Prefer touch, and then we'll do center to center. Okay. Then the last 2, which is the lock nut. Hit OK. Center to center. Change it top to bottom. Okay. You can see there, because I didn't flip it over, it brought the part inside. So we're going to delete that last constraint. Open up this tab. Drag our part up a little bit. And then reattach it with the constraints so it's in properly. And we'll add our last part and we'll be done. Lock nut. Okay. And here's the final assembly. Using basically just 2 constraints, linear face to face or on the center.